Welcome to U.S. Immigration TV, and we have breaking news about President Trump's executive order or presidential proclamation. He signed it April 22, 2020, and it is effective on April 23, 2020. And it suspends for 60 days the entry of immigrants into the U.S. because they may compete with Americans for jobs during this time of high unemployment caused by COVID-19. Now let's talk about who is covered by this suspension and who is exempt. Immigrants who are outside the U.S. on the day of the proclamation. Therefore, it seems it does not apply to people who are in the U.S. and have applied for adjustment of status. Number two, it would seem to apply to both employment and family-based petitions. Number three, the person does not yet have an immigrant visa in their passport. Number four, they do not have any kind of travel document in lieu of a visa, such as advance parole or boarding letter or things like that. This proclamation does not apply to the following people: existing green card holders who happen to be outside the U.S. on a trip or vacation. Intending immigrants who are coming to the U.S. as physicians, nurses, or other healthcare workers who are going to be combating COVID-19. EB-5 investors, that's the $1 million visa where you invest $1 million and hire 10 U.S. workers. Spouses and children of U.S. citizens and members of the armed forces and their children, and people with non-immigrant visas, such as tourist visas or H-1B visas. Now, this proclamation will expire 60 days from its effective date, and it could be modified or extended. Now, Trump said that the purpose of this 60-day suspension is to ensure that unemployed Americans will be first in line for jobs as the economy reopens, and it's not fair to them to have to compete with newly arrived immigrants who may have an open market employment authorization, allowing them to work anywhere. Now, in my opinion, I don't believe that this proclamation is that devastating to intending immigrants. First of all the embassies and consulates are closed now anyway. They're not accepting interviews now, they're not issuing visas. And it seems it might take at least 60 days or more before they finally get up to speed in order to schedule these type of interviews. Also, when it comes to, let's say, labor certification, employees or aliens who went through the labor certification process, the employer has already advertised the job, gone through recruitments, is fully comfortable with that particular alien. What's that employer supposed to do now? Advertise the job again during the next 60 days? How are there going to be any interviews? It's kind of like by the time they finish trying to advertise, the 60 days is going to be up. Let's hope that this 60-day suspension satisfies Trump and that it is not going to be subject to any more extensions. But I wanted to give you the latest news as it comes out. What I want to be able to do to my subscribers and viewers is to constantly keep them informed. And that's why as soon as news comes out, I want to keep you informed. I want to be able to explain, if I can, in plain, simple language that people can understand. It's my job, it's my duty, it's my mission during these times to keep people informed of what's going on. And I know a lot of people are very nervous during this COVID-19, and then suddenly when we're hearing all this news about immigration being suspended, especially with Trump's tweet. But now we're seeing it is a 60-day extension. Yes, it could be extended or modified, but it is applying only to people who have not yet had their immigrant visa interview or immigrant visas issued. As things develop, we will continue to keep you informed. So make sure that you subscribe to this channel by clicking the red box, and also please share this and like us. I'm Michael Gurfinkel, and this is U.S. Immigration TV.